thing. All this among, they have so much juju amongst them, right?
Yes.
Juju like I know what.
Yes.
But the juju ain't working because the Portuguese beating them to death. Well, what is it? What is the purpose of the juju? I think the juju was supposed to keep them away, burn them out, get rid of them or something. So, but the juju ain't helping. They try to run on this little Spaniards. Every time he talk, he wipe his nose on him. You understand? Beating them to death. And I'm saying to myself, well, how come they can't see the benefit in banding together and just, let me do a Natuna story on them? You know, how come? This man coming and take your little daughter from you right in front of you, raping the child in front of you, and you can't do nothing as a man in front of him. All you could do is just swallow his saliva. You're saying, this is hard.
It's madness.
But when one has broken your will, your will is power is broken, you cannot do anything to help yourself. You can only go as the master tell you to go. This is some of the things. If we want to be strong, and we want to really have something, we want to do something for ourselves, this is the road we have to go. We have to build our spirit back. And that takes works. That takes work, brothers and sisters. So, where was I? You tricked me in that one, right? Good. Good. So, right. Maat is forgotten because of the adaptation of gods and goddess and tradition. So I say like John Henry Clark, if we as a people want to get back to where we are, without apology, we must come back to our gods and goddesses. Practice our religion without apology. So the spirit of Kemet continues. We go into Egypt. And the Temple of Amun. Who was asking about Ramesses?
Shabazz.
Come here. In the Temple of Amun, the spirit, when you go to the Temple of Amun, you can feel the vibration, the spirit is still there.
Wow.
It is only waiting for us to take it. What is happening in Egypt with all this amount of people you're seeing here is nothing else but prostitution.
Right.
They're prostituting the whole system inside here under what is called tourism. They go, they take pictures, and they do whatever they want, they dirty up the place. You understand? They have no respect for the place. You go inside there, they curse, they spit, they smoke, they do all kind of things in the temple. And this one standing here, this Arab here, he is a charlatan. The moment you go into the temple, they hide in all part of the temple until it bashish, bashish, which means money. They're looking for money, right? They always have something, some secret place, yes, to pull you, to tell you, I know something here, come to, don't go.
Right.
Don't go. I know brothers and sisters and interpreters, they get fooled. I try to tell them about it, and when they come back and they tell me about it, they already not telling me, don't tell nobody, right? So I ain't telling nobody because they don't know who I'm speaking about, right? You understand? Don't do it. That's all they're doing in the temple. If you look sharp, they lock your neck, they rob you. Don't do it, don't go. You're with a group, you go to Egypt, stick to your group.
Yeah, that's right.
Stay to your group. Anybody call you outside, don't go. Don't engage them. They always have something to give, something to sell. Don't engage them. Don't talk, just keep going. Just keep going. The moment you open your mouth, that's what they're looking for, because they're very smart. They're very, very smart. They're pregging you only to open your mouth. The moment you they start pushing it all part of the place now. They're like you're on a chessboard. And they're waiting for you to make certain moves. You understand? Don't engage them. They're coming up with little horse, little donkey, camel, hat, clothes, all kind of thing. Don't go. Stay with your group. Oh yeah. You want something, you want to buy something, wait till you meet. I mean, it's also a way too, the guides and all of them, they have their own thing set up, but it's better to go with the guide because you're in a more secured area where the guide is going to carry you. Because they're going to carry in places, the stores and all of these things and make you believe, well, you know, you can shop here, but the background here is he carrying inside it because he gets a cut from anything you buy. So he driving you also in the place where yeah, everybody looking for you understand? They don't make joke in that section. You see? So what is necessary? The temple is necessary. God? Because the temple is where the spirit, we see the spirit is still in the temple. Right? And if we really want to build ourselves back as a strong people, then Maat, we have to go back to Maat. Maat is the downfall of Egypt because in all the different invasions, right? All the fight that they fight, they have become so accustomed at one point in fighting and fighting that they forget the tradition of Maat. And they began to look into other areas now for the salvation. Right? So we as a people now where we are, we're looking for our salvation through the Democrats, through the Republicans. Right? We're looking in all different areas for our salvation, right? Culturally, right? But we have the power for ourselves.
Yes.
And we're forgetting that. Maat is the way we have to go. Going back to the principles of Maat. Well, I'll take out here the 7 principles of Maat. 1, truth. We have to learn to be truthful to each other. And not truthful verbally. Our whole actions must be truthful with each other. So we must be truthful, not in my face. Don't be truthful while I'm looking at you, but be truthful when I'm not looking at you. That's how we have to live this truthfulness. That's what we want to do. I know it's hard because we are conditioned outside of ourselves, but we have to make the effort if we want to. We cannot afford to be continuously listening to the teaching and not practicing the teaching.
That's right. That's right.
We cannot afford to just listen to lectures and then just continuously debating lectures. We ain't going nowhere with that. Well, we could do like poppycock is poppycock? Or Poppy Combs, or what they call him, Sean Combs. Go up on the stage and just sing and, you know, rap. You're right, right? Yeah. You understand? And just rap. You understand? We become great rappers. You understand? That's all we can do. Good. Justice, we must learn to be justified. We must learn, follow the path of justice. Amongst ourselves, we have to be truthful. If we are truthful, then we're going to exercise justice. We can't be curry favored amongst ourselves because we like this one and we ain't like this one. You know, we say, well, you know, we take sides. No. If we're taking sides, which means we cannot have peace and truthfulness amongst us. No, it's not going to work because we're taking sides. You don't want to heal a sore, right? And you put, let me say, a band-aid on it, right? If you're going to heal the sore, you're going to try to get the sore to heal the sore. You get medication and try to get into the sore, right? In our old stage of medication, we call it the poultice, right? We get a poultice with a warm leaf and thing, and we get some soft candle because you may have a sore on the foot. And we heat it up and we place it on the sore, right? And what it does, it draws all what they call the festers out the system, right? And in a few days' time, the whole thing heal up, right? So that's what we want to do. Good? Good. We can't say, well, we want truth and we want justice, but we still curry favor each other. You understand? I ain't like you, and because I ain't like you, I'm going to take this one side. No! We got to bring peace amongst ourselves. Righteousness. So again, we must learn to act righteously. Righteously doesn't necessarily mean to say, if we say a bad word on the outside, some God in some with some big piece of feather with black ink writing on a piece of parchment paper that you say something wrong. You understand? That's not what it is. You understand? But you have to be righteous in the self. By you knowing the self and understanding righteousness, your right way to think, right way to talk, right way to move. Because if I'm speaking in the right way to you, you come and you ask me a question, and I say, well, what is so-and-so you're asking me? Is that the right way to answer you? What am I doing here? I began to flame fire. That's right. Become very confrontational, right? But if you ask me a question and, well, brother or sister, yeah, I don't know. But I may try to, you understand? Well, what it is you really wants to know. Then we can dialogue, right? But you have to have what they call stability with yourself.
Yes.
Because if you don't have the stability with yourself, your mouth going to start to run as though the wire, you know, your generator in your mouth gone bad.
Motor.
Oh yeah, become motor mouth there. Mouth of the south. You understand? So we got to be very careful. So we got to develop what they call patience. We got to practice detachment. We got to practice serenity. We got to practice what? Integral yoga. And for that to happen, we got to purify the heart. Listening to the teaching? Because the wisdom teaching gives you the opportunity, or it gives you the capacity in order to exercise yourself as the ability. You are the ability. But the teaching helps you to exercise yourself in the sense of the capacity. The more you understand the wisdom teaching, is the more you can navigate yourself through time and space with peace and quietness, comfortness. Last, what I said, Amun, when you come into the Amun consciousness, you're not being moved. No matter where you go, you still is not being moved. No matter what you're doing throughout the day, you still is not being moved. So lo, the wretched Asiatic can't move you. Because why? You are solid. What the song says, solid as a rock. Well, you got to know what kind of rock it is. Because not all rock is solid as you look. Good. Reciprocity. Good. Right? What goes around, right? So we're talking about karma issues, right? So remember, if you're going to be doing things wrong, you're going to pay for it, right? And there's a play that called Your Arms is Too Short to Box with God. So when you think to yourself you have it made, and things start turning up in your life in many different ways, you don't know where it's coming from. You're asking yourself, why are so bad luck? You know, bad luck is what you did yesterday. As you sow, so shall you reap. As it is above, so it is below. See? Balance. Must have that balance, right? If you don't have balance, and that balance is not just because we're going to stand up on one foot and all of this thing and say, oh boy, you could stand up on that one foot all along the line, but in your brain, you're screwed up. Because I see a lot of people standing on one foot and all kind of things, but I tell you, follow the lifestyle and you're going to see what's happening. A lot of people tell you they're spiritual and all of these things. Get into the background with them and listen to them and you're going to find out something.
Right.
You're going to see how much balance they really have. No balance at all. Good. Order. Your life must be in order. What is it here? The correct consequence, right? Of thought and action. Again, as you think, so shall you act. Right? So cognitively, if you gain, right? So that's why we start off, you understand? In the constitution of the human, right? Cognitively, psychically, right? Consciously, good, and all the codes of the society that affect the psychic, that cause it to act in certain ways, right? See where we're coming from? So those are the things you have to be working on. That's your conditioning. That's where you have to come. That's where you want to rise now. That's where Maat comes in to bring you out of that state. And you now physically, mythologically, you are Egypt, who was once fallen. And now you has to rise again. Egypt have to rise again, which is you, the physical body. Rising from where you are, from that bondage state. Harmony. Well, I don't think I have to explain all of that, right? I mean, we all come in here and we live in the life for truth and harmony, and you understand? And as we say, good association, right?
Yes.
We're not afraid to assemble with each other, right? You know, you go into groups and things, and sometimes, you know, you're afraid to assemble with each other. Why? Because you are not resolved. And when I say not resolved, you got a lot of emotional problems. And the emotion is pushing all the back, so you become like this repellent. You know, you buy a coat, so when water fall on it, you know, just, you understand?
Rolls off.
Right. So when you come for good association, you're just more hiding in the corner. You can't come close to each other or anything. You know, when you do come into each other, you kind of, well, you know, you know what? I want to talk to this one, but no. When you're properly well resolved in those issues, you come in, as Pata would say, give it health, strength, and prosperity. Right?
You got the last part up on the harmony.
Yeah. Yeah, you could read it?
The world is equally divided between good and evil. Your next act will tilt the scale. African proverb.
All right. Talk about good eyesight. Great eyesight.
Yeah.
That's nice, right? See, you leave something there, right? So somebody that raised it, that raised it right, you know, right?
Raise the bar.
So your next act with what?
Tilt the scale.
So what direction that scale you want that scale to go now? Do you want the scale to really be tilted this way, tilted this way, or you want the scale to be like that?
So what happened if your heart is heavier than the feather?
Tilt the scale.
So does your heart fall off the scale?
That means you come back
Tilt
here.
the
and
scale.
engage
It's
in
gonna
some
tilt the
serious
scale.
work.
You heard the story about lupus?
Reincarnate.
Uh-huh.
That's what happens.
Yeah.
Give me the next one there.
Yeah.
So the temple again, there's a little magic thing that, oh, you see it? See? The importance of the temple, right? And that's when we look at the temple here, you understand? The temple is built something just like a human being in the sense, right? And you observe who comes in the middle here? So in all that we're doing,
You're right, I'm on
the temple working in the temple, so the universe in the sense, right, becomes the temple for us as spiritual people, right? And we, who as us said, the soul, are in the center of the universe.
Alrighty then.
The temple becomes what they call a representation of the universe. And we as the soul functioning in the universe.